Sometimes the only thing keeping us away from our actual spouse is wasting time or spending too much time with someone who is not right for us. You might be in a relationship and you have the feeling that this thing is not going anywhere or they're wasting your time. Rather than just sit there, your real partner might just be right behind the one you're wasting time with. You might just have to move on. You're welcome to this exciting episode of Finding Love. I am Grace Renner. Finding Love is a relationship and marriage show that instills the right foundation for marriage with the understanding that marriage is God's idea. It is a useful guide for anyone who is ready for the journey of marriage and desires to do it the way the Creator has designed it. Now, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, maybe you're new to this channel or you have been watching and you have still not subscribed, please do subscribe, support my video, and share this video. Tap the like button if you enjoyed it, and just help me share and support my video as you can, and I'll be right back. You're welcome back. Today we'll be talking about signs that you're wasting your time in a relationship. By wasting your time, I mean that the relationship is clearly going nowhere, meaning that you are with this person and you can see that there is no future with two of you. Okay, so that might be these are signs that you are wasting your time in a relationship, and today we'll be talking about these things. Now, number one sign that you're wasting your time in a relationship is they are no longer affectionate. They are no longer affectionate. Now, some people naturally do not know how to really show affection or speak your love language. Is different from when maybe they used to be somewhat affectionate and then now it's almost like it's no longer there. Now, number one signs that they're no longer affectionate. Now, if you want to go on a date or if you want, any fun activity, you now have to plan it yourself. These were people that maybe used to be very committed. They want to plan days, they want to plan, getaways and things like that. Now they no longer do those things. They're leaving up to you to plan it. So if you want to go out, plan your thing, let us go. That kind of attitude. And when you guys even get to, go out, they're no longer as open, as free as they used to. There's some form of disconnect between you two. It's almost like everything is being forced. Now this might be a sign that they're trying to communicate to you that this relationship is going nowhere. Now, another sign of them not being affectionate is finding it difficult to tell you sweet words or tell you that they love you or even admire you when you look good. Now, these were probably things they used to do easily, and then all of a sudden, or maybe they are just not that into you. Then you realize that they stop saying sweet words to you, or they don't say sweet words to you. They don't even tell you I love you. Now, I love you is such a simple word, but some people, if they do not feel that way anymore, or it's difficult for them to feel that way anymore, they hardly say it. Now, this might be a sign that you're wasting your time in that relationship. Now, so instead of them saying I love you or things like, they begin to try to threaten your relationship. Things like, well, if not for so and so, I will not even be with you. Or say things like I love you but I'm not in love with you. Those kinds of things that suggest that you're going nowhere with them, that you're wasting your time, or start to give you attitude that they're doing you a favor in the relationship. Those are signs that you might be wasting your time with this person. Okay. Another sign of lack of affection could be denying you physical touch. Now, everybody, like they say, a human being needs about 26 touch every day to feel all right. Now, every relationship, one of the signs that you see that these two people are affectionate with each other is being able to hold hands, hug each other, those things. And if they used to do it before and then they no longer do it, or maybe they never used to do it, they just do not find you that attractive, they just might be wasting your time. Okay, when you're working with your fiance, sometimes they can hold your hands, they can hold you by the waist or hold your hands. Those things, those physical touch. Is not everyone who their language is physical touch, but some things thrive on physical touch. Some things just show that you are attracted to this person. So sometimes when you find it that they are beginning to deny you of those things, or they don't even show it at all, maybe they're not even attracted to you, it just might be a sign that you're wasting your time with them. Now, this is different from someone who, consciously is holding back because they do not want to be tempted to go beyond that. It's different. A sign where it's even difficult for them to hold your hands in public, to dust off things from your body, to even, those things are always very clear. If you're with someone and they find it difficult to physically connect with you in terms of just being able to show affection, touch you, hold your hands, hug you, those are signs that you might be wasting your time with this person. Now, another thing is if they become less open, maybe you guys go out and it feels like you are the only one that's doing the talking, or you call them after each day's work and you are the one spilling all that happened during your time of the day, or how your work went, how this happened. You find out that it's just you being open and they are no longer being open. There's some form of one-sided openness coming from you. It could just be a sign of them, wasting your time. Maybe they are no longer into the relationship with you. Okay. Number two sign that you might be wasting your time with a partner or in a relationship is this: if they keep you away from important things or important people in their lives. Now, when people claim that you are important to them, they will want to consciously introduce you to their families, their friends, want you to be friends with their friends. They want to even introduce you to their mentors, if they have access to them. They want to introduce you to people that are important to them. But when you see that they consciously hold back on introducing you to these people, it might be a sign that you're wasting your time with them. Another thing is if they consciously do not introduce you to people. Maybe you guys go out together and they just stand there and talk and talk and talk, and they do not say, oh, meet my girlfriend or meet my fiance. It might just be a sign that they do not consider you as seriously as you might be taking the relationship. Or you invite them out, maybe to a friend's party or to a wedding, and they just distance themselves from your friends or your family. Even if you make an effort to introduce them, they'll just say hi or a few words and just, take a corner. Even if you try to engage them, it will look like it's forced, almost like they're not really interested or looking to go, stress themselves, to engage with your friends or your family. This might just be a sign that you're wasting your time with this person, because anybody that is really interested in you will be delighted to meet your friends, to engage with your friends, to know your friends, to meet your family, to communicate, just to even know the kind of person that you are, by relating with your friends and family. So you see that they're consciously just taking a corner, taking a back seat, not really engaging with your friends and your family. This might be a sign that they are wasting your time. Now, another way that they might consciously keep you away from important things to them is if they do not talk about future plans with you or talk about their plans for their future, engage you in the conversation at all. You never hear them talk about what they want to do with their lives or their future or 10 years from now, or even when they talk about it, they don't even factor you or consider you when they're talking about it. This might be a sign that they're wasting your time. Or they even consciously show you that your friends are more important than you. Now, anybody that you're dating or cutting should be more important to you than your friends. Okay, so if they consciously show you that they'll go all out for their friends and then they're not interested in going all out for you, then it's a sign that you're wasting your time. The priority should be, of course, themselves, of course, God first, themselves, then you. Okay, so if you find it that you're trying to compete for attention with their friends, then it just might be a sign, and they're showing it to you consciously that they do not find you as important as they find their friends. It might just be a sign that you're wasting your time in that relationship. Now, another sign could be that, when you guys make plans, it doesn't leave the table. You guys might make plans forever. Maybe they plan on taking you to meet their family or taking you to so and so place. And every time you guys come together, you guys are always planning, but it never leaves that stage. There's really no accomplishment of that plan. It just might be a sign that they're posting you, and, a sure sign that they're wasting your time in that relationship. Then another sign could be that if they stop making conscious effort to inspire you. Now, one of the good things about a very healthy relationship is the quality of inspiring each other. Your spouse to be or your partner should be able to consciously inspire you, motivate you, not just leave you by yourself. I mean, that's why we need each other. So if you find it that they do not consciously, inspire you or make effort to inspire you, or even find the relationship no longer inspiring, meaning that maybe you're engaged in something, maybe you're a dancer and you would always invite them for your event and they no longer come, just to show you that they're not really interested. They no longer, try to motivate you in things that, make you happy, things that keep you going. It just might be a sign that they are wasting your time. Number three sign that, you might be wasting your time in a relationship is if you guys begin to grow apart. maybe for some reason you guys now are not as committed as you used to be. Everything you do is just sparingly, you see sparingly, you call each other sparingly, just things are just beginning to die on your watch. It might be a sign that you're wasting your time. Or aside even growing apart, you realize that all they want to do when they meet with you is just have sex. Maybe, instead of you guys communicating, talking about how you spend your day, connecting, talking about things, you just notice that all they're interested in is just having sex. Or people haven't even started dating, and you can already see that the conversations are going towards that angle where every time you guys meet, they're talking about, how they want to have sex with you. It just might be a sign, a red flag that this relationship is going nowhere. Okay, so if you notice that you start growing apart, or there's less communication and more of wanting to have sex, or there's less communication about other things in the process of getting to know each other, and all they're tilting towards is your body, or how they find you physically attractive and things like that, that might be a sign that you're wasting your time in that relationship, or the relationship will be a waste of time. Number four sign that you might be wasting your time in a relationship is if your partner finds it difficult to do favors for you, or to just you know show some kind gestures to you. For example, maybe you ask them to help you do something that's important to you, and they do it very grudgingly, and it has become a pattern. Like they find it very difficult to even maybe buy things for you, or spend their money on you, or to do things for you, to do favors for you. And you see that it's easy for them to do for other people. It just might be wasting your time. Now, somebody that you are in love with, you want to spend your resources on them, you want to do favors for them. There are times when you won't even need to ask them for things, they'll do it for you. Or some things might not be convenient for you to achieve, and they will just willingly do it for you. For instance, you might be in the hostel, and maybe you are a student, and you need to get some things printed, and they can easily have access to printing in their office. Now, if you ask them, oh, please do this thing for me, and they find it difficult, not because or it's not allowed in the office, but because they feel it's inconveniencing, or you're not worth the trouble, you can see it in their attitude, then it's a sign that they are wasting your time. Okay, so kind gestures, not being able to do favors for you and things like that are signs that you might just be with the wrong person. They're wasting your time in a relationship. Number five sign that you might be wasting your time with a partner is if they begin to take you for granted. Now you can go and watch, my previous episodes where I talked about, signs that have been taken for granted and things like that. But let me just quickly buttress it here. Now, when your partner begins to lose your, or no longer sees your value in their eyes, or begin to lose value in your partner's eyes, where they begin to take you for granted, it might be a sign, that you are wasting your time with this partner. Now, for example, maybe you come back with things, and you buy things for your partner, or you give them things and they no longer say thank you. They just treat it with levity, or treat it like it doesn't matter, even though you have made an effort to buy them these things or do these things for them. They find it difficult to say thank you. That's a sign that you've been taking for granted. Or it could be that they're no longer reliable. They say things and they do something else. Maybe they tell you that, oh, I don't have time to meet up with you for a date, or because my work has kept me busy at work, or my boss has kept me busy at work. And you find that they are being busy with other things, other people that they consider their priorities. It might just be a sign that they're taking it for granted. Or it could be that they're now cheating on you. They're no longer faithful in the relationship, whereby they're having multiple partners. Their phone is ringing all the time. Oh, this one is my love, this one is my darling. You can obviously see signs that they are no longer faithful to you. That's a sign that they're taking you for granted. And this might be a sign that, not that it might be, this is a sign that you're wasting your time in the relationship. Another sign that they might be taking you for granted is if they begin to develop bad habits with disregard for you. Maybe they start smoking, drinking, getting drunk, messing up the house, finding it difficult to clean up after them, or, as in just doing things that are consciously with disregard for you. You know, when you love somebody, you can make sacrifices. If you like to smoke, you can put an end to it, or even not do it at all, because maybe when they met you were not doing that. But you just start picking up those habits, things that are clearly, putting tension on the relationship, or, they won't take calls, they won't, return your SMS, things that they didn't used to do before, or, start, just picking up bad habits that they can let go of, that might be causing tension on the relationship, clearly showing you that, they have no regard for you in the relationship. These are signs that are taking you for granted, and these are signs that you might be wasting your time in the relationship. A healthy relationship is built on respect and love. Now, if the respect in the relationship is lacking, it's a sign that you're being taken for granted. Or if there is no love, it's a clear sign, that you're wasting your time with this person. Now, number six sign that you might be wasting your time with a partner or in a relationship is if your values do not align, your visions do not align, or your end goals do not align. For instance, you want to be married and you have a partner who just wants to date and probably isn't interested in getting married, or you want to have children and they do not have the intentions of having children in the future. Or, it's always important that you discuss your expectations, your values, your end goals with your partner. It's very, very important. Even before you start dating, when you're getting to know each other, discuss your values. They might not be interested in, serving God the way you want to. They might not even be Christians. It's good for you to know if they are in the same religion as you, so that when you guys get married, it's not a problem. It doesn't cause tension in the relationship. Or they might not just like the things that you like in terms of, pursuing your career, having so much drive. Some people are laid back. They might not enjoy the drive. These are things that you should discuss. Or maybe your end goal, maybe you want to sometime in future travel out of the country and live with your family, or maybe you want to, buy a house. There's several things to talk about when you're dating so that you make sure that your visions, your end goals, your values align. If for any reason you notice that your values do not align, or maybe it's becoming a problem, it just might be a sign that you're wasting your time in that relationship, or your end goals do not align. You want to be married, they do not want to be married, or there are just some things like I've always talked about it in my previous episode, so you can go and watch some of my episodes where I talked about making sure to discuss your purpose, your values, your vision, your expectations. Okay, so it's important that your values align, your goals align, your end goals, your vision for life aligns, because if they do not align, it just might be a sign that you're wasting your time in that relationship. It might not go anywhere. Okay, so having said all this, let me put an end to this episode. Now, a lot of the times we do not have the courage to end a relationship. So it's important that even when you have noticed that you're wasting your time, pray to God to give you the courage to do the right thing. Whether to end the relationship, whether to revive the relationship, whether to address the situation, whatever it is, it involves courage. So pray to God to open your eyes first to see that if they're really wasting your time, if it's really going to go anywhere. And then pray for the courage to do the right thing. Because your real partner, your life partner, the one for you might just be right behind the one that you're wasting time with. And until you take them out of the way, you just might not, you just might not find the right one for you or see the right one for you. Okay, thank you so much. So we have a prayer group for anyone who is interested in corporate prayers. Now this prayer group is open to singles, married, and parents. Now, so if you are a single lady or a man or single man who is interested in who is desirous of a life partner, you want to pray corporately, please indicate. Or you married and you want to pray for your purpose in marriage, or pray for your spouse, or you're a parent who wants to pray for their children's future or current or present, indicate via this WhatsApp number here. Say, hi, I'm interested in joining the prayer group. Now, do not just say hi. Say, I am interested in joining the prayer group so that I will add you. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. I remain Grace Renner. See you next time.